Hey, how's it going? Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of portfolio video. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to flash all of our portfolios on the screen. As you guys know, we have an ISO 20022 portfolio. It's down just a little bit, even though things have crashed because, of course, you know, Quant and XRP have been doing pretty well in that portfolio. We have our $1,000 portfolio, which is down a couple $100. I believe we have our $10,000 portfolio, which is down a little bit, and of course our $25,000 portfolio, which is down. Now, why are these portfolios down? Well, they're down because we told you guys a while back that what we wanted to do is we wanted to be able to get exposure to assets while prices are low, even though we think it could go lower. The danger, if it didn't go lower, was much higher than buying back in at lower prices. So that's why we've maintained anywhere between 30 and 40% of our portfolio in stablecoins. Now, with our $10,000 portfolio, I did make a mistake and actually spent an extra 10% on accident. So we have about 30% in that portfolio remaining in stables, whereas we have about 40% in the $25,000 and the $1,000 portfolio. We will actually not be touching the ISO 20022 portfolio at all. And hopefully these portfolios have all been shown on the screen at this point. And maybe we can show them again at the end as well. So, but what I want to do here is talk about the fact that the price of Bitcoin may go lower, right? But once again, we're at a point where I think hovering around $16,000, it makes sense for us to get some more exposure here. So we're going to actually be allocating about 10% of our portfolios. I think about 5% maybe of our $10,000 portfolio to some assets right now. So I'm going to make this really simple, actually, is what I'm going to do. We've seen FTX, we've seen the debacle that has occurred. There are certain coins I want in these portfolios. And I want everybody to understand, this is in no way sponsored. We haven't been paid a dime by these people. We will never be paid a dime by these people. We don't do any token or coin sponsorships or promotions. You guys know that. Haven't done any of those all year. Maybe the first week of January we did, somewhere around there. But since January, we haven't done any. We're never doing any again. And we're going to be talking about this coin a lot, okay? We're going to have this coin on the channel actually for an interview this weekend to talk about what FTX did to them and also talk about what this project is. And this project is called ICP. What do they call them? Shaggy P and Two Dope, or what is that what they are? Insane Clown Posse. This is Internet Computer Protocol. I've been very impressed with this project. FTX destroyed this project when it got launched. They absolutely shorted it to the ground using their perpetual futures. The synthetic ICP perp was released 4 days ahead of spot trading on any exchange. It actually never even hit spot trading on FTX. That's what I found out actually this morning. I didn't even know that piece of the puzzle. But what this means is ICP got an unfair shake, okay? Got an unfair shake at launch. So what you're looking at is a project that, because FTX crushed it, has actually got a lot of good things about it, a lot of check marks. Like, things are actually stored on its blockchain. It's got a big community. It's got a lot of developers, a lot of good things that we'd like to see in projects, and yet it's got the unfair shake. So it's down a higher percentage than it would have been if none of this would have happened. So what you're potentially looking at is a project that should be mentioned at least in the same breath, in my opinion, as I would say your tier 2 layer ones. And of course, ICP would tell you they're tier 1. Tier 1 to me is Ethereum and Cardano at this point. That's it. I believe that there certainly is potential for ICP to get there. I think DOT is out, by the way. DOT, I believe, with Gavin Wood exiting, and you look at, I've talked to a lot of projects that have been building on DOT and have moved on and decided not to build on DOT, even though they had committed to build on DOT. And to me, I think DOT is no longer, I would consider, I did consider it maybe to be a Cardano Ethereum competitor, but I don't anymore. When your CEO leaves, you know, TJ considers it very similar to what we saw with Dan Larimer leaving EOS. EOS was a complicated project. It really rose up in 2017, 2018, and then nobody even talked about it in the last bull run. I don't want to destroy the DOT community or say this is definitely happening. What I would say is when your CEO leaves, that's a bad sign. It's consistently been a bad sign throughout the history of top projects in crypto. If you can name me one where the main founder left and it did better afterwards, I would be shocked, because I can't think of any. I mean, you could say Dogecoin, Jackson Palmer left. He's a douche. I don't like Jackson Palmer, obviously. Nobody does. That's why he's so mad at the world, because everybody hates him. But that's not really the same thing, because he founded the coin, but he was never like a CEO. By the time it was going well, people didn't even know who he was, and things like that. So, I mean, you look at Ethereum, Vitalik's still there, some co-founders left. You look at Binance Coin, obviously CZ's there, Brett Garlinghouse is XRP. You start going down the list, it's hard to find a project, and there's nothing personal towards DOT. I really wanted it to succeed, and it may still succeed. But the history says not going to be a huge competitor going forward. That's what the history says. Don't blame me. I'm just telling you what the history says. So the whole point here, and I think I'm actually going to be doing an interview on a Polkadot channel soon. So we'll see how that goes. But you're looking at ICP, and it should definitely be mentioned in the same breath as projects like DOT, projects like Algorand, projects like HBAR, projects like Cosmos, okay? Like Avalanche, which ICP and Avalanche do not like each other. I'm taking ICP over Avalanche all day long, by the way. But the whole thing is, that's what you would have considered Solana there, but Solana's been really destroyed. And thank God we told you to get out of Solana and FTT on these very portfolio videos about a month ago, or maybe 5 weeks ago. So what I want to do here is I want to allocate some of our portfolio here to ICP, because I think that this right here is so big. It's got so much stuff to like about it. I think this is going to be a big winner in the next bull run. And I think when people really start to understand it and break it down, I think people are going to be really impressed with what they've done. It's different than any other project. We're going to be doing a full review on it here pretty soon. And I feel so bad about this, because I was part of this. I was part of giving this project an unfair shake. Why? The evidence looked pretty damning against it. But now you realize it was all set up by SBF, some other projects to fit that as well. So because the project and the community got an unfair shake, it's been down a higher percentage than everything else. I think this is really a perfect storm here for big success in the next bull run. Now, nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's just financial advice, obviously. But what I want to do is I want to allocate some of our portfolio. So I want to take a pretty big chunk actually here. And what I want to do I want to put $2,500 in our $25,000 portfolio. I'll make 10% of our portfolio ICP. Well, it's going to be a little bit more than 10% because the portfolio is down slightly. But we're going to take $2,500 from the $25,000 portfolio. That should leave us with, if my math is correct, 30% left there. I want to take $500 in our $10,000 portfolio, and I want to move that over to ICP. So because I made some incorrect math with that, we have 25% of stables left after this move, 30% for 25,000, 25% for the 10,000. And let's go ahead and take 100, because I think ICP is also potentially a long-term hold here. So with our $1,000 portfolio, obviously we're a little more careful, but I'm telling you guys, I feel very good about ICP at this point going forward. And like I said, I like ICP. I'm not willing to put it on the level with Ethereum and Cardano yet, but I do think if you're looking for a competitor to those that's got a lot of stuff to like, I'm probably moving ICP, to be honest with you, to right there. Top 3 competitors, in my opinion, to get on that next tier: HBAR, shout out to HBARbarians, ICP, shout out to the IC people, and then of course Algorand as well. So I think these are the top 3 competitors. These are the 3, to be honest with you, that right now I'm considering the tier 2. Cosmos maybe sneaking in there, maybe Cosmos sneaking in there as well. I like Cosmos as well. But to be honest with you, I'm putting these 3 above Cosmos right now. Cosmos with some potential there. So hope that makes sense. That's what we're going to be doing with the portfolio. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out our interview with Dominic Williams of ICP. Going to be coming out over this weekend. We'll be doing a full review on it down the road, maybe in about 3 weeks or so. So ICP will stick with me. Be patient. There you go. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.